Right, welcome back to the channel, and this is going to be the new project. There's a little BMW Mini, like Countryman, and this is going to get the grinder. So what we'll do is put a picture up, which I've seen online, and what it's going to turn into, but I am really excited about doing this. So let's get this home. Right, she's in the garage. So this is a Mini I picked up the other day. I did get a bit of it wrong, so if you noticed I said it was a Countryman. It's not, it's a Clubman. So if it was an old school Mini, it would have been like your square fronted Mini with the lights in, rather than the bull nose if it was an old one. But this is not, this is a BMW one. So this is what I thought was a Countryman, but it's not, it's a Clubman. So but from the image I put up on the screen, is this is what I want to do to it. So I just brought it in, and I need to start stripping some of the bits out of it and clearing out what I don't want to damage and the bits I want to keep, and then try and remove bits of glass, because I want to try and keep these bits of glass, the side bits of glass, they're going, and that, but I want to try and section it in places. So I want to isolate this back bit and move that up, try and use these corners as well, because when you've done it, I've done one before, and trying to get this bit here right where it curves onto the car is a pain in the ass. So if I can keep those and maybe isolate those rear windows, I think that'll make a good bit of shape and make it look right. So yeah, you can't exactly go and buy one of these shaped Mini pickups, so I'm going to make my own. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Right, was getting excited about cutting it off, as in I was just going to start hacking at it, but I really need to secure this door, and that would give the roof some strength, stop it from moving around. So I've swashed off a little bit box section, so I'm going to clean this up. I might even do some of the door, but I don't really need to. I think I can get away with just, if I can weld that in, that's that solid, and I can cut through there, cut through this bit, try and cut this in the nice way, and just remove that, and then give it a dose of looking at of where I'm going to trim and cut it. So I'm going to get up and clean this up, weld that down there, then that's all nice and secure. Not even see if I can clean up both sides, and then when I get on the inside I can weld that in. So Right, so that is all for this week. That's what we've managed to achieve. The top's off, so I bought a couple of bits of material so we can tidy some of this up, and then hopefully next week I'm going to get on with trying to do the roof section and maybe put the bars on the side and the bars here just to take all the sharp edges away and then tidy this up. And then it'll be moving on to doing the bed and all the rest of the stuff. But yeah, so hopefully you like what you've seen, and like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you next week.